Little technology challenge there at the beginning of this broadcast. I am Thomas Hyman, founder and CEO of REAlTOR Partners, and I want to talk about realtor safety. Again, in the news are reports of real estate agents being assaulted, and more when I talk to other real estate professionals, I hear you got to carry a gun, get a gun permit, get a concealed weapon permit, and that's going to be the solution. I myself, have been a competitive shooter for several years now. I do have a concealed weapon permit. I carry a weapon most of the time, but I can tell you that in 99.9% of all cases where you are meeting someone, showing a home, potentially being assaulted, especially as a female realtor, you're not going to have the time to get your gun out of the purse or draw your weapon and actually defend yourself with it. Worst case scenario, someone's going to take the weapon away from you and you end up getting shot with your own gun. So when you look at self-defense for real estate professionals, especially since you are very close with your potential clients, it's going to be a close-up situation, hand-to-hand combat, and self-defense is going to be a lot more effective and a lot more important if you want to be safe. And myself, for the last about 3.5 years now, I have been studying Krav Maga. When I was younger, in my late teens, I used to do Taekwondo for many years, and I dabbled in some other martial arts as I got older. And martial arts, generally speaking, can have some self-defense value, but for the most part, they are a sport. They have competitions, they have very defined rules, and as long as everyone plays by the same rules, it's going to be effective. But if you get in a street fight or you get attacked, then karate or taekwondo is not going to help you unless you are a very advanced practitioner and who has time to spend years and years to master something. The great thing about Krav Maga is that it is not a sport. It is pure hand-to-hand combat. There are no competitions. There are really no rules, if you will. So the name of the game really is to take out your opponent as quickly and as effective and efficient as possible while protecting yourself. And in most major cities nowadays, you will find Krav Maga schools. There are a couple of Krav Maga associations, Krav Maga Global, Krav Maga Worldwide. There's Krav Maga Street Defense out of Germany. And if you research the schools that are in your area, as long as they're affiliated with one of those global associations, I think you're going to be in good hands. And the great thing about Krav Maga is that the learning curve is very short, and literally within, I would say, a couple of months, you can become quite proficient at being able to defend yourself against an attacker in some very effective and aggressive means. And Krav Maga really, again, it's a hand-to-hand combat skill, so it is very aggressive. It's not just defensive, it's also offensive. Myself, I set a goal for this year to really advance my Krav Maga skills and master it, and so I'm working out between 2 and 4 times a week, but it's absolutely not necessary. I know a lot of students that started 2-3 months ago and that are absolutely able to defend themselves quite effectively. Also, virtually every Krav Maga school that I know of is going to offer special women's self-defense classes. Sometimes they are spread out over 4, 5, 6 weeks, and you go in once a week or twice a week. Sometimes they have a weekend type of seminar, and it culminates at the end in actually having attack drills where you're going to be attacked by attackers, and you defend yourself. And this is something that's specifically tailored for women. And obviously, since a large percentage of real estate professionals is female, it's something that you might want to take a look at. So this is not one of my normal Keys to Success minutes, but I just wanted to get this off my chest because I just got done talking to someone, and I thought I wanted to get this out there. Carrying a firearm for 99.9% of all real estate professionals is not going to protect you. It's not going to be the answer. I'm not saying don't do it. If you carry a weapon, make sure you're well trained and get additional, advanced training, tactical pistol training, etc. But you're just too close. You may have heard of the 21-foot rule. An attacker can cover 21 feet faster than it takes you to draw a weapon if you're a trained police officer. So if you're an agent having your purse and your gun in a purse and you're going to fumble around trying to get it out of there, you can just forget it. It's not going to happen. So having some effective self-defense skills is absolutely critical. It'll also increase your level of self-confidence. So I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Please share this. I'm going to post it also onto my YouTube channel. And as always, thanks for tuning in. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Send me an email, thomas@thomashyman.com, or just send a message through my YouTube channel, or send me a message on Twitter. I'll be happy to point you in a direction if you're curious where there might be a Krav Maga school in your area. I live in the Sarasota-Bradenton area, and there is a trainer school here that teaches a couple of times a week, and then there is also another school in the Tampa Bay area in Largo, which is just south of Clearwater. So shoot me a message, and thanks for tuning in. Until next time, Thomas Hyman, founder and CEO of Realty Partners. This short, quick message was about realtor safety and Krav Maga.